Hello and good evening, everybody. My name is Lisa Jans, and I am also known as Job Coach Germany. And as you can see, I'm not here on my own tonight. I have wonderful Kerstin Brunner, finance ambassador, and so to speak, teacher for financial education and coach for everyone that is interested in learning more about how to deal with insurances and also your finances in Germany. And Kerstin is my dear friend and colleague. Both of us are organizing the Welcome to Germany Summit on the 29th of September. And that's why we're here tonight. Hello, Kerstin. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. It's great to see you again. It was a month ago when we did our first behind the scenes video and shared with the audience a couple of the things that we are organizing from the back end with regards to the summit, because obviously it's a virtual event. We have lots and lots of speakers that are involved in this wonderful project that is designed for newcomers, immigrants, expats, anybody that wants to live in Germany, who's maybe currently outside of Germany or who is already living in Germany and just simply wants to settle here or just make their life a little bit better here in Germany. So this event, because there are so many people involved, you can see it's a project that Kerstin and I have been preparing months. So several months we've been working on this from the scratch, the very first idea to coming up with a plan of finding the right speakers, contacting the speakers, doing interviews with everybody. And now we also want to share with the audience, with you all out there, what is going on, how we are organizing that, because that actually helps everybody that is also watching with regards to how this event actually develops. So if you have any ideas, feel free to comment, feel free to let us know where you're from, what kind of interests you have, and what kind of questions you have with regards to the summit. So, Kerstin, what is our topic today? What are we focusing on with regards to the behind the scenes of the Welcome to Germany Summit tonight?
So, Lisa, today we want to talk about obstacles and fails because when you do something really new, and it's our first summit, so
Yeah.
you'll have a lot of learnings and you do learn a lot of what is not running as you think it should run.
Yes,
And
right.
this is why we are here today. We want to share what's going on. So, not in a bad way, but what we learned, what is different to what we thought. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
let's start here, Lisa.
Yes, wonderful. And I can totally, I agree. So that's the best part. It's not that we want to gossip about or just want to, on the one hand side, we want to share what kind of worries we've had and obstacles we've had, fails that we've had, that we have overcome. So, all of those things were learnings for us. And because, as Kerstin said, it's the first time that we're organizing this thing, it's a big project for the both of us and a big project for all the speakers that are involved. And many people have also told us that they had wished for years that an event like that would take place. And now Kerstin and I are tackling this thing. But because it's our first summit that we're organizing, obviously there are a lot of things that we need to learn. And that's the best part. So obstacles and fails are nothing that will make us fail or that will lead us to delete or just simply cancel the event. No, it actually makes us stronger and learn more for the future and for the summit itself, and maybe for any future summit that we might plan with whatever direction we will be going to. So the first thing that I would like to address is the technical side of things, because that's actually something that is that was most difficult, because we had to figure out how we are going to share all the knowledge of all the speakers with the world, because this is a virtual event. We want everybody to participate. So one of the things is first finding a time slot, finding the right date as well, and also finding the software that we can use so that everybody gets access to the knowledge and the expertise that we are sharing. And for that, we've been in contact with several companies that are offering virtual summit and conferencing softwares. But the problem was that the money that they were expecting, that's totally fine, and I agree that they need to earn money with that as well, but it would have exceeded everything that we have planned. So it started with 6,000 euros just for this one event, and that was just basically too much, because we said, for now, because it's our first run, it's our first summit, it's the first trial, we want to first find out whether it's actually something worth to all of you who are watching, whether it's worth organizing, whether it's worth improving, developing, and making it bigger. So for this year, we wanted the summit to be for free, so that nobody has to pay, neither the speakers nor the participants. So it's free completely for everybody, just the speakers and Kerstin and myself. We have to put in a lot of work and time and effort, obviously. But apart from that, we're not paying extra. We are using the software that we have known before, that we know is working very well. So we will be streaming live to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, so that people from wherever they are tuning in from can participate. But that was the most difficult part, finding the right software on how to do that and how to tackle that. And the second part of this technical side of things was also the communication within the team. So not just between Kerstin and I, that's quite straightforward, because we are in contact every day, but with the speakers and organizing that. So let me tell you, from the back end, we are organizing that through LinkedIn groups, and that we have found out is something that is very difficult, because not all the speakers know that, and somehow the notifications from the LinkedIn groups is not working very well. I remember that one of the speakers even approached us and asked whether we can set up a WhatsApp group, but I'm strictly against that, because I don't know how about you guys, but WhatsApp is something that is to me very private, and I'm already annoyed with all the private WhatsApp groups that I'm in. So I didn't want to use that for my work life as well. So that's the both of these issues were the main issues that that were on my mind. Anything that I missed, Kerstin?
No, but for the solution, the software that we use, sometimes things are so near, because you did and also do live sessions like today. And we figured out that we can use this software or the things you already use, and that it will work for this event as well. And that was very great, because it's less in price. And this is why we can have a summit for all for free, that everyone can join on different channels and for free. And this is something that was a goal from us both, to give that to the participants and to the speakers. Yes.
Yeah, and that's also so as you can see now, this we are using, maybe you know that I just want to mention the software as well. So I'm using StreamYard, or we are using StreamYard to stream to 3 different channels, which is very helpful, because as Kerstin said, we've been using that before for all the other live streams. So we are paying for that anyways. And now this is something, in German we call it das Rad neu erfinden. So reinventing the wheel. We don't have to do that. And that's something that I find is a great learning, that you just simply think outside the box, and don't think or just don't try to make it too complicated, but rather take a step back and think about, okay, what do we have now? What can we use now? And that's why it was a great learning for me as well. Yeah.
So, and you mentioned communication with an example of the LinkedIn group. And so what we found out is that we all do have different levels regarding LinkedIn and also the summit. So as you all know, the summit is our baby. So
Mhm.
Lisa and I, we had the idea, and yeah, we, as you said, we put a lot of work in that. Something we talked about in a different live session a few weeks ago, and yeah, so we are burning for this topic, not only for the summit. So we are burning for helping people to start very smooth in Germany and to give them a hint what kind of English services we do have here. And this is the main why we are here, I will say. And
Mhm.
in the last 8 weeks, we found out that we are on different levels. So there are speakers, they are like us, they know LinkedIn very well, they do postings twice or more than twice a week.
Mhm.
Others are in the middle, so they sometimes do a post or a comment or a like, and others said to us in the beginning, so I'm not so familiar with LinkedIn and I need to find out how it works, how does posting work, how can I build a network and everything. And so I guess we both thought that from the heat that comes from us,
Yeah.
everything will run very smooth, and
Yeah.
this doesn't come up. So
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
our
It's
side, it was a dream.
Yeah, yeah, right. I also think that was like the dream idea, or because we both were burning or still are burning for this topic so much, and just simply want to help all people with all sorts of information that we have, and we know that the speakers have all of this knowledge, and we just simply want to share it with everybody. But every speaker, and also Kerstin and myself, we are all individuals, and we are all entangled in different networks, in different mindsets, and in different yeah, kind of like projects and ideas on how to run things. And there were a lot of speakers as well that didn't know how to use LinkedIn yet, but they thought that it's a great idea to first like get to know this and use it more. And especially in this field of people who want to come to Germany or who are already in Germany, many, I would say 90% at least of those people are on LinkedIn, have a profile on LinkedIn. And the first thing that they will normally do is search for a job, or just find the right connections in order to start their process of moving to Germany. And that's why all of the speakers were also happy to learn that we are doing it mainly through LinkedIn, so that they can get to know LinkedIn better, and that they can step a foot into this social media channel. But that's also, on the other hand, a learning for Kerstin and myself, that we are posting regularly. We are posting several times a week, and it's a lot of work. And we thought also that there would be a lot more push from the others through the heat that Kerstin and I are building up, because we are burning for this topic. And we did several meetups with our speakers as well, to keep them updated, to give them a thumbs up, to just get everybody on the same level. And we shared all of that information, and everybody is also, they know what's going on. And but sometimes it's just difficult if you start to use a new social media channel and you don't know what's going on. You don't know the algorithm, you don't know how to share things, you don't know how to tag people. You sometimes feel overwhelmed, because it can be that the tagging process might be too difficult compared to others. And also on top of that, we have 15 speakers in our, like, the entire event for now, and that means that we are tagging for each of our posts each individual speaker. Normally what happens, for example, tonight when Kerstin and I are speaking, I would tag Kerstin in my text, yeah, and then maybe also in the comments. But I think that's also something that people don't understand, that through this tagging we get a bigger audience, we get just simply more access, and we can share this knowledge with a lot more people. And I think that's also a bit difficult, because for Kerstin and myself, it always is just, but it's so easy. It looks so easy. What's going on? Why does it seem so difficult? But obviously, when we take a step back, the first times when we were posting, it was a learning process for us as well. And now that was also learning for us, that we just need to take a step back and breathe and just think, oh yeah, okay, we were at this beginning stage at some point as well. And that is something that's like this discrepancy between the people that are just starting out with LinkedIn and the people that have been using LinkedIn for several months, years. And yeah, that's just very difficult with regards to communication and trying to organize everything that is going on behind the scenes. It sometimes looks like we have a group of sheep, and we need to direct these sheep into the right direction, and that's fine. And also something that popped in my head just now, what is also very difficult with regards to the communication part, is that currently in Germany, the holiday season is fading. So the holiday season is just now starting to be over. In some of the states, the vacation time has been done, but the month of August was really difficult for us to communicate with everybody because all of the speakers were on holiday, either the first couple of weeks or the last couple of weeks or in between these weeks. So and then keeping the posts up, that was just very difficult.
Yeah, I was on vacation for 3 weeks, and I tried to do some postings, and I tried to do sharing. Normally sharing is caring, but not on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
So
right.
I found out it doesn't matter if you share or not. In my case. Yeah, so this is a private or a personal fail of my side.
Or personal learning.
Personal learning, and something that comes up in my head is I love that we do have so many different personalities, because we do have people coming up with great ideas. So for example, sharing the information not only on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or what else, share it with local groups, in companies, and this got a real good spin in my eyes. So that's really cool when we are in the communication, that someone has an idea and then we do have a new structure, and this is really really great, and I love this.
Yeah, me too. It's just wonderful to see these ideas, because that's sometimes when Kerstin and I are talking, as I mentioned before, we're talking nearly every day with one another, but we are in our little bubble, our little burning for the Welcome to Germany Summit bubble, and we have great ideas. And whenever we're talking, the ideas are just flowing and we get very creative. But then obviously, once the other speakers are coming in, there are even more ideas popping in. And this idea of sharing it with local groups is just amazing. That's just because that obviously gives another push to this event, and we get more exposure, we get more chances of helping more people. And that's the basic idea, that we get as much audience as possible so that we can help as many people as possible. So for everybody that is watching, even if you are not interested in coming to Germany or you are not in Germany, share it with everybody that might want to come to Germany. Share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues, share it with your work group, or anybody that might benefit from all of these topics that will be part of the summit.
Yeah, you can follow our hashtag. And when you're looking for the hashtag, you find a lot of pictures, I would say, with the QR code. And you can scan it with your phone, and you will get directly to a page where you can get more information about all the speakers' topics and how to register yourself, or you can give the QR code to a friend or family. That would be really great if you can support us here.
Exactly. So use the hashtag Welcome to Germany Summit 2022. That's the hashtag that you will find on all the social media channels, and just simply share it. Also, there was one topic that I was just thinking about. What was that? What's the next thing that we wanted to talk about? Yeah.
Results. Yeah.
So exactly. So also, with regards to the results, has something to do with what I said before. Everybody is an individual and is in their own environment involved in different projects and work cases, coachings, and so ever. But with regards to the summit, somehow we got the feeling that everybody has a different goal. So we shared that from the very beginning, that the main goal is that we want to have as much exposure as possible so that we can help as many people as possible. And that's the basic idea. But then there are other people that are more interested in numbers. Then there are other people that are just interested in getting to know and increasing their network. And then again, others are maybe interested in just getting to know how to use LinkedIn, or also learning more how to speak with regards to people from all around the globe, and doing live streams, for example, because that's actually also something that we need to address. It's not easy for everybody to speak in front of a camera. And just because it looks very easy for Kerstin and myself, it's just because we like each other very much, and it's like a coffee chat that we have. But it's not very easy to get that relaxed, and to also condense this idea. So this is something that we've practiced before. Maybe you've seen it before as well, that we are not just doing this live stream between Kerstin and myself for the behind the scenes, but also there were interviews with the others. So where there were interviews with the speakers that we were recording and uploaded, but then there were also others where we had live stream interviews with the individual speakers. So all of them got the invitation to do that. And this is also very helpful for them to get used to the software that we're using, and also to get used to how you guys are commenting. Yeah. So for example, I just wanted to share, for example, this comment. Bindu has sent us a heart. Thank you so much, Bindu. Ooh. And this is something that people need to get used to. And we focused on individual speakers. So when we were trying to reach out to speakers that were involved with bigger companies, or trying to reach out to speakers that had a massive amount of following, where there were hundreds, millions of followers, they would, first of all, either not answer at all, or they would just simply send us an invoice. And that is something that is very difficult for us. And we wanted to keep it on the same page for everybody, so that there are like individual coaches, or also individual podcasters, for example, that know how to do the marketing on their own as well, so that they can be involved in this marketing process. Because that was the only rule that we shared with all of the speakers. You need to know how to post on LinkedIn for a certain amount of time. And what you are doing on other social media channels, that is completely fine. You can do that on top of the postings for LinkedIn. And that is, I think, also very difficult when thinking about acquiring the right speakers, because we actually had some backlash at the beginning when we were thinking about, especially, let's talk about this visa thing. So there was this topic of finding an expert for visas, and it's not as simple as everybody ever thinks, because the visa experts are sitting in their particular countries. So if you're coming from India, you would have to search for a visa expert probably in India, or who is specialized for people coming from India. It's not that you find a German person that is specialized in visas for people from all around the globe. If you find a person like that, it's a scam, let me tell you, because you cannot have this expertise for all of the different countries. Or you find a company and then they don't answer you, like they didn't answer us. So that was a very difficult topic. And now we arranged it in a way that we found a person that has simply gone through 3 different visa stages here in Germany, which is, again, completely different for different countries.
Yeah, and
so now
I remember another obstacle in the beginning. We had the problem to find someone doing relocation as well.
Yes, right. right. Yeah.
because you were in contact with some people,
Mm-hmm.
and then they told us in the process, so maybe I will change my field or something. So it
Yeah.
was not clear if they will provide the service in future, and
Yeah.
then we had the problem to find someone's doing relocation, and the other problem or issue with relocation is normally the people do it just in their region, and
Yes.
we can maybe say that, you know, we do have some relocation service that is doing everything also online, and
Yes.
that's great because it's available in Germany. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter where you are,
Yeah.
and that's
That's
great.
right. And that's exactly, that was one of the topics. So we were contacting, so we knew from previous work that we've done, we knew that there were relocation experts and we contacted them. But the problem was that somehow the market seems to have changed throughout the pandemic. And that's why those relocation experts that we were in touch with decided to just simply change their field of work. So they are not working mainly as relocation experts anymore. They're not offering their services in that field anymore. They've just simply switched their topic. And so we didn't have anyone. And as Kerstin said, they were just simply working either in Hamburg or in Berlin or in Munich or in Stuttgart, but not overall in Germany. And now we're very happy that we have these relocation experts in our group of speakers, and they are working online entirely and can help anybody, whether they are still outside of Germany or currently already in Germany, and anywhere in Germany. They just simply offer their support online, and that's just brilliant. And I'm so glad that we found those people.
Yeah, and another topic that's in my mind is a tax advisor.
Oh yeah, this
So
topic, oh, never
I've
ending
been
story.
I've been in contact with many tax advisors,
Yeah.
and so there are a few, not a few, a handful of people loving to work with internationals, and they are familiar with the topic, and they can do it. But the problem is they are all self-employed, working by their own, and they
Yeah.
are so full of work that they
Yeah.
said, okay, for me, it's only possible to do the work not on just make a call for 1 hour and pay for it. You need to do all the paperwork with me.
Yeah.
And we had 2 or 3 people, and they all said, okay, I can't come because I'm so full of work. It's not possible for me to take someone new. And they are working with waiting lists. So it's very
Yeah.
difficult to find a tax advisor here in Germany that helps international people.
Yeah.
Keep it in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Exactly. Who offers their work in English as well? So
Yeah.
that's very difficult, and we get lots and lots of people asking us, do you also do tax advice, or do you provide anything in that direction? And it's just simply, it's also not that easy. So you cannot just simply approach a German person to ask for advice, because that's actually illegal. So it's something that you have to be very careful with, and you need to talk to a tax advisor. And there is, as Kerstin said, only a handful of people who actually offer that for internationals. And then you can see they are completely full. Their schedule is full. And yeah, so that's very difficult.
Well, we tried our very best.
Yes, we did.
But
We did.
maybe
We did.
someone is watching and want to help us here with
So
something.
if you
So
know an
please.
international tax advisor, or if you know a tax advisor in Germany that is working with internationals, please let us know. Connect us with him or her, and then we can hopefully figure something out on how to work with them together, because that's actually something that we're desperately looking for.
Yeah. And
Mm.
what popped in my head is, so regarding messages I got
Oh yeah.
now in the process is, so first of all, many people ask me, is this a virtual, a
Hmm.
online summit? Yes,
Yeah.
100% online.
Yeah.
And most of the people sent me their CVs or asked me,
Oh
can
yeah.
you give me an advice where I can find a job in this and that field.
Yeah.
So, and no, I can't. And I'm
No.
very sorry for that, but in the moment, I'm not able to answer these questions or
Yeah.
these messages because we have a lot to do, and
Yeah.
no, we don't have open positions to give the information to someone. So
Yeah.
that's a problem. But yeah, I don't know how we can fix it right now.
Yeah, that's true. And that's also something that is happening to me most of the times because I'm the job coach here. So a lot of people are just simply sending me their CV and they think that we are connecting them with companies. And here we need to get a couple of things straight. So, first of all, it's not that simple. The reason why a lot of internationals don't get a job in Germany is because they don't know how to apply in the German manner. So you probably have heard that the Germans love their bureaucracy, and that's the same that applies for application documents. So you need to follow certain rules in order to get your application documents to a point that actually recruiters take a look at. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is we cannot do and provide this service for free. We are working as coaches, as ambassadors, and this takes up a lot of time to actually teach you and guide you on how to improve that. And it's not just simply to look at your CV and give you some certain bullet points on what you can improve. You actually need to understand what we're talking about. And that means if you're interested in that, just simply book our services and then we can maybe find a time slot. But the problem is currently Kerstin and I have so much work to do. Our workload is so high because we're preparing the summit that is taking place in 28 days. So 28 days from now, we will actually be done with the summit already because it's on the 29th of September and happening from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. So just a little reminder at this point. So what I'm doing at this point is also you either need to book the services or you just also need to figure out what you want, because I sometimes have the feeling that people expect us to use the CV and connect them with companies. And the one thing that you need to know, this is not the service of a coach. A coach will help you to find your own way. Yeah, so you basically do the things and we just hold the space for you and we guide you through the process. But you are doing the work on your own so that you know you've achieved that. And when you're looking for somebody who is connecting your CV with a company, you're looking for job agents. And for that, you need to actually search for job agencies who take a lot of money as well for doing this connection between you and the company. And then that's the most important aspect of all. The summit is not there to provide that. So the summit is not being organized to connect you with a company. It's not a find a new employer event. The Welcome to Germany summit is talking about all sorts of topics that you encounter when you are an immigrant, an expat, an international coming living in Germany. Just any newcomer, which basically means how to find a flat, how to register, how to set up a bank account, how to talk to my bank, how to search for, go through the official documents that I have, how to search for a job, all the different culture shocks that I encounter, what can I invest? What kind of insurances do I need? Am I allowed to invest money into a property? Am I allowed to invest money into shares and bonds when I'm from abroad? All of these things. And then also topics such as how to connect with others. What about volunteering work? Podcasts that are helpful for you. And also topics such as what happens when you are leaving your people behind in your home country and you're coming here and you're doing a completely new transformation. You're developing into a new identity somehow, because you need to find your way around. And what are the first steps that you want to take? And what are the ups and downs that all of the other speakers who are experts themselves have done? And then on top of that, we're also including a really cool thing that one of the speakers is doing, some physical exercises in between, so that you can stay not also sharp with your mind, but also with your body, and still stay in movement, because that's very important, because we're doing this event for 6 hours. But that is important. It's a holistic approach for everybody, where whatever stage you're on, you will get information that you need at this point. But we're not a job event where we are connecting you with a company. There are no companies as such involved.
You missed something, Lisa.
What did I miss again? But that's why you're telling me.
Learn German and English.
Right, exactly. Very important. Important questions as well. Yeah. So, and there are things that you can also already start when you're still abroad or when you're here in Germany. So, learning English as a business language when you are in your meetings. And sometimes there are people coming from all around the globe, and English is, as for Kerstin and myself, not your first language, it's your second language, or maybe even your third, fourth, or fifth language. And you want to be taken seriously in meetings. And that is something that you want to work on when you're speaking in English in your English meetings, or when you're speaking German in your German meetings, because you are probably a professional, you are an expert in your field, and you want to come across as professional. And that only works if your language is up to speed. We have a lot of internationals that always complain and tell us, well, I actually know how to answer those questions in the meeting, but I'm just too afraid to use my business English, or I'm just too afraid to use my business German. And that's why we also have experts that are helping you with learning German or with learning English. Great advice, Kerstin. I forgot. So sorry again. But that's why you keep me updated here.
I do my
Yeah,
very best. So it's a German word we can share. It's Soufflöse. So when you go to the theater and someone helping the actors not to forget their text, this
right.
is the German word. It's Soufflöse.
Yeah, wonderful. And that's what Cassie is always doing with me. Come on, tell me what did I miss? Yeah. So yeah, maybe one more thing. With regards to the learnings that we've now encountered, Kerstin and I have also talked about what we will be doing in the future in order to find the right speakers for the event. So that is something that we are thinking about, to have actually like a kind of an application process where the speakers approach us with their view, so that, as we said before, Kerstin and I are burning for this topic, and that's what we want to see in the speakers as well, how they see this event. Yeah. And that's why that is something that for any kind of future summit, whatever topic this will be, I'm sure Kerstin and I will organize a summit again with whatever topic we will focus on. But that is something that we will probably introduce then the next time, so to have some sort of application process for the speakers as well, so that we can make sure that we're all on the same page. Any topic that we missed with regards to the obstacles and fails?
No, I guess we are through.
I think so too. So one more thing that I wanted to announce is that Kerstin and I will do another live stream at some point just before the summit to and I want you to all keep you posted, keep you excited, so that we can share with you guys what the actual program looks like, so that you know who are the speakers, when are the speakers talking, what are the topics, and so on. So stay tuned for that. And we would just simply share some more insights from behind the scenes. And again, a warm welcome from our side, a warm invitation for everybody to the Welcome to Germany Summit that is happening on the 29th of September from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. German time. Use the hashtag Welcome to Germany Summit 2022 if you want to find any more information. Oh, and one very important aspect. So there was also a lot of confusion, not only whether this event is online or virtual or happening in person. So as we said, it's an online event and we're streaming to various channels. But if you want to get this event to be more tailored to your needs, to get it more adjusted to what you are looking for, what kind of questions you have, we have an additional sign-up sheet where we ask you to please sign up so that we understand more what kind of topics you're interested in. So there is, when you go and click on the event, so the Welcome to Germany Summit, whether you click it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or on YouTube, you will find a link to the sign-up sheet. And on this sign-up sheet, there are various questions and also a space where you can enter your questions that you have for us, for each of the individual speakers. You can tell us which topic interests you the most. You can tell us what kind of questions you have with regards to that topic. And then we can inform our speakers and share these questions with our speakers so that they know, those are the questions that I'm supposed to address during the talk, during my 30-minute time slot that I have. And was there anything else that I missed now? I think that's it. Right?
Yeah. So I have a special announcement for tomorrow. So maybe some people don't know us, so Lisa and me, and how we met. So I will share some more information because we did a video a few months ago and I tried to cut it into little pieces. So this was the first video where we shared the summit. So because it was a huge secret, and in this video we talked about how we met and how the idea came up and everything like that. So I cut it into pieces, and tomorrow I will post the first part of this video. So for all of you who want to know how Lisa and I met, just have a look in this video. It's about 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to watch it. Yay. Well, it was again a real pleasure to talk to you, Kerstin. Thank you very much for taking the time and being my Soufflöse and just simply talk to me and the audience to share everything behind the scenes regarding our obstacles that we faced and are still facing. But I think we're doing a very good job. I'm so proud of us for everything that we've accomplished or everything that we've overcome, where we were sometimes frustrated in between, but we're still going. We keep going and we are still increasing and evolving this summit. And I can't wait for the final result, what's happening on the 29th. So yeah.
Do you know why? Because it comes deep from the heart.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It does come very deep from the heart.
It was a pleasure to be here, Lisa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kerstin. And thank you, everybody who was here. Share the event with all your friends. Share this video with your friends and family and colleagues. And we will speak to you again very soon. Thank you and bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone.